You probably know Aviator as that betting game where Red Plane promises to turn you into a millionaire. But what you don't know is that Aviator has become Africa's most devastating digital epidemic, leaving behind a trail of bankruptcies, suicides, and shattered dreams. Its primary function is simple: extract money from disparate young men, promise joy but leave you broke, bitter, and blaming everyone but yourself, just like Caliph Cairo. Millions of Kenyans think that Aviator is the ticket out of poverty, when in reality, it's a psychological slot machine that was literally designed to drain their wallets. What if there was an equation to this game, a science behind how Aviator actually works? What if I told you there's a reason you'll never achieve those dreams of paying off your debts or traveling around the world? Would you call me a liar? By the end of this video, you will understand the side of the game that they are not showing you. But let me warn you, the truth is tough. It's filled with deception and manipulation. Get ready to swallow some difficult truths about the gambling psychology that the society has hidden from you. And let me be clear, there are many of you who will continue to play this game even after learning this truth. But for you who listens, by the end of this video, you will be able to get the freedom from the addiction that is destroying your life. Every disaster has an origin story. Aviator does not begin in Kenya, where it's currently destroying lives. The story begins in Georgia, a country most people cannot find in a map. January 15, 2019, Tbilisi, Georgia. Deep inside the Caucasus Mountain, a businessman called Teimuraz Yuglava had an idea. Ordinary casino games weren't enough for Yuglava. Bankrupting people slowly just didn't cut it for him. He wanted something faster, something viral. Enter Aviator, a game so simple that even your mom in Shags could understand it. And the sad part, she will later fall among the countless victims. The concept behind Aviator is a plane takes off, a multiplier increases, and you cash out before it flies away. This was revolutionary, if revolutionary means taking someone's money repeatedly. February 5th, 2019, just 2 weeks after launch, the global betting giant Flutter Entertainment acquired Yuglava's company Ajarabet. But in their rush to close the deal, they forgot to secure the rights to the Aviator brand. This oversight would later explode into a $330 million legal dispute, but at that time, it simply meant Spribe, a small Estonian company, was free to spread this digital plague globally, and spread it did. June 27, 2023, Nairobi, Kenya. SportPesa, Kenya's largest betting company, was back from the dead, hungrier than ever. They decided their customers were not losing money fast enough with regular sports betting. So, they launched Aviator with the slogan, Dosika na SportPesa Aviator, which roughly translates to, take off with SportPesa Aviator, but more accurately means, kiss your money goodbye. They promoted it as highly accessible and you could play with as little as 5 Kenya shillings. Mobile money transfer was not left behind too. In fact, M-Pesa made depositing money into Aviator easier than buying Tunukiwa bundles. Aviator managed to achieve maximum penetration in Kenya, literally available on every betting site: Betika, BankBet, SportyBet, 1xBet, to that suspicious site your favorite celebrity keeps pushing you to join. The integration of M-Pesa makes it dangerously accessible. Deposit, play and lose all within seconds. Here's the real equation they don't want you to see. Aviator equals guaranteed loss over time. But I've seen people win, you cry. I've even won before. Sure, you probably have. But let me tell you the truth behind this illusion. We all have precious resources, the most important one of all. And once it's gone, there's no getting it back. The resource is money. Now here's where the trap gets real. Aviator has an inbuilt house edge of 3%. That means if you bet 1,000, you are mathematically guaranteed to lose 30 over time. And the more you play, the more you lose. But what about those juicy 100x multipliers? Let me hit you with the sinister truth. Those big wins that are designed to be statistically relevant, they happen so rarely that even if you chase them for hours, they won't save you. But the algorithm does not care about your hopes. It is engineered to keep you hooked with small wins while quietly draining your bankroll. You're not playing a game. You're feeding the algorithm that is built to win at your expense every single time. Every feature in the Aviator game is weaponized. 15-second rounds to bypass rational thinking. The game speed is deadlier than instant loans. Unlike traditional betting, which gives you time to think, Aviator eliminated that safety net. No time to think, just bet, lose, before you know it, you're deeper into the game. Those charts showing others winning, they're bots programmed to flex harder than Caliph Cairo on Twitter. It is peer pressure on steroids. A free bet is thrown to you to keep you hooked just when you're about to quit. A 10-shilling free bet after you've lost 5,000 Kenya shillings is like the Kenyan government giving you a salary increment of 2,000 after raising the taxes by 8,000. A believably fair technology to create false trust. You press the button to cash out. You are in charge, except you're not. It is like thinking you control the weather because you carry an umbrella. By late 2023, Aviator was not just a game, it was a social phenomenon. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok were flooded with success stories and celebrity endorsements.
Win big with the Aviator game. Betika Ibambe.
What those glamorous social media posts did not show was the growing army of addicts selling their possessions, taking out predatory loans, and sinking into depression. This is the part where Aviator's marketing team doesn't want you to see. October 1st, 2024, Kakamega, Kenya. A small business owner was found dead in her shop. She had taken her own life after losing 60,000 Kenya shillings on Aviator. That was her entire working capital gone in seconds. This was not an isolated incident. Mental health professionals reported surges in gambling-related depression. Young people started selling their laptops and phones and taking out multiple mobile loans, all to feed the Aviator beast. January 19, 2025, Choma, Zambia. A deputy head teacher entrusted with social aid funds for vulnerable families decided to multiply the money on Aviator. He lost everything and was arrested. April 1st, 2025, Eldoret, Kenya. Dismas Mutai lost 2.8 million Kenya shillings that was meant for his studies abroad. This was not just his money. It included contributions from family and well-wishers. His Facebook confession went viral. "I'm not okay. I've fallen into a disastrous trap." Same day in Nairobi, a businesswoman, Miriam Waithira, admitted Aviator destroyed her life. Her first bet won 264,000 Kenya shillings. That win was a trap. Within months, she had lost everything and even convinced her parents to sell the cow she had bought them just to keep gambling. You think you are playing a game? The game is playing you. An insider just dropped a bombshell that made my jaws hit the floor. The whole thing is programmed to react to your behavior. The bigger you stake, the lower your chances. Think about it. When you bet small, miraculously the plane flies higher. When you go big, crash. This is not luck, my friend. It's an algorithm with a PhD in human psychology and a black belt in wallet assassination. An insider from one of Kenya's top betting companies just blew the whistle, and what they revealed will send chills down your spine. Here's the direct quote. The whole thing is programmed to react to user behavior, and the bigger you stake, the lower your chances of walking away with anything meaningful. Because the system recalibrates based on your amount, adjusting the crash points and feeding you just enough wins to keep your hopes alive while draining everything slowly. Let me break this down for you in painful detail. Aviator uses what is called dynamic adjustment algorithm. Think of it like a predator studying its prey. Every time you place a bet, the system analyzes your betting patterns, your stake size, your emotional state, your loss tolerance, and your addiction potential. Here's how it works. When you bet small, say 1,000 Kenya shillings, the algorithm might make the plane fly 5x or even 10x. Why? Because it wants to hook you. It's like a drug dealer giving you the first hit for free, but the moment you increase your stake to 10,000 shillings, suddenly the plane can't make it past 1.2x. I have analyzed over 500 user testimonies and the pattern is clear. Small bets, higher multipliers and more frequent wins. Large bets, instant crashes, minimal returns. Chasing losses, the algorithm becomes more aggressive. The system is literally designed to give you just enough to keep you playing while ensuring the house always wins in the end. But here's the kicker, the algorithm also tracks your emotional responses. If you start betting erratically after a loss, it knows you are tilted. If you increase your stake dramatically, it knows you are desperate. Just when you think rock bottom has a basement, scammers have created an entirely new level of exploitation targeting desperate Aviator players. You lost money on Aviator. That was bad enough. But what if I told you there is a second layer to this trap? A scam inside the scam. Because just when you think you've hit rock bottom, there is a basement. Here's how this sinister system works. Scammers infiltrate Aviator chat rooms. They pretend to be expert players or system insiders. Their promises, prediction bots that forecast crash points, hacked algorithms that guarantee wins, inside info from developers, or even softwares that manipulates the outcomes. Sounds tempting, right? Hey bro, so you're losing. I've got a bot that is called 1.79x 3 times in a row. Made 500k last night. You're frustrated, desperate, curious. And that is exactly when they strike. Fake screenshots, doctored withdrawal slips, even live demos using burner accounts. Look, I just withdrew 45k. Do you want in? Phase 3, the sale. Bot subscription only 3,000 Kenya shillings. Or better yet, give me your login, I'll play for you. We split 50-50. Spoiler alert, you send them money, you never hear from them again. Phase 4, the vanish. Account stolen, cash gone. They disappear faster than your Aviator winnings. Michael from Eldoret says he was down 50,000 Kenya shillings and someone online told him he had a bot with 90% accuracy, paid 5,000 Kenya shillings, after which he was blocked. He was so desperate that he fell for the same scam twice. The shocking numbers, there are over 10,000 scam attempts daily, with the average loss per victim ranging from 3,000 to 10,000 Kenya shillings. Monthly scam revenue over 50 million Kenya shillings. Arrests made, 0. None, nada, silence. But here's what makes this next level evil. They just don't scam anyone, they stalk the desperate. They wait in chat rooms, scanning messages, looking for erratic bets, emotional complaints, crying emojis. I just need to win back my loss. And then they pounce. One scammer we interviewed anonymously admitted, we call them ripe fruits. When someone lost big, they believe everything. It is easier than stealing candy from a baby. But here's the kicker. No bot can predict Aviator outcomes. The game uses cryptographic algorithms like a digital slot machine locked in a vault. No cheat, no hack, no shortcut. Just illusion and desperation. But here's the truth. People don't fall for this scam because it is smart. They fall for it because they are hoping. In what might be the greatest betrayal of public trust, Kenya's major media houses are not just reporting on gambling crises, they are actively fueling it. Let us name a few and follow the money. Citizen TV, Royal Media Services, Honor, SK Macharia. The gambling ad revenue estimated to over 500 million plus cash annually. Prime time slots, 60% contain betting ads. Special features with winner testimonials likely staged. News coverage of gambling addiction less than 1% of the airtime. The hypocrisy is staggering. The same channel that reports on youth unemployment runs Aviator ads targeting unemployed youth. The Standard Group, betting partnership with multiple betting platforms, with their online portal embedding betting widgets. Their editorial policy, no negative gambling coverage. Sponsorships, sports segments sponsored by betting firms. Nation Media Group, Daily Nation full betting ads, NTV primetime gambling shows, digital platforms, betting company partnership, investigative journalism on gambling, 0. Here's the dirty little secret. Media houses are trapped in a devil's bargain. They rely on gambling ad revenue to survive, creating a massive conflict of interest. A former media producer reveals, "We were explicitly told not to run stories about gambling addiction. When a suicide case came in, we were instructed not to mention Aviator." The manipulation tactics are sophisticated. Scheduled programming. Most betting ads run during financial stress periods, especially at the end of the month. Ads run all the time but increase during youth programming time. False testimonials. Paid actors pretend to be winners. Success imagery paired with betting brands. Gambling tragedies are buried or ignored. SK Macharia himself lost a son to a tragic circumstance. You'd think this would create an empathy for grieving families. Instead, his media empire pushes the addiction that is destroying other people's children. The numbers don't lie. The average Kenyan sees about 50 plus betting ads daily. 70% appear during family viewing hours. Children are exposed to over 200 plus gambling messages weekly, and no health warnings or addiction resources are mentioned. One media insider confessed, "We know we are part of the problem, but betting money keeps us afloat. It's blood money, and everyone knows it. So, who really wins at Aviator?" The betting companies earn millions in profit. The influencers are paid to promote these sites. The affiliate marketers earn a commission on your losses. They've created a perfect system. You lose money, they make money. You blame yourself, you try again. You repeat until you're bankrupt. For most of you, it was never about the money. It was about dreams of easy wealth, the fantasy of financial freedom. But here's the truth. The most important lesson from this video was never about exposing this rot in today's digital space. It was about one valuable resource that Aviator is stealing from you, your life. The question now is not whether you can win at Aviator. The question is, why play a game designed to make you lose? Is giving up your financial stability for a game that was mathematically designed to make you lose worth it? How many more hours of your life do you let slip through because of this addiction? Aviator promised a plane that could lift African youth out of poverty. Instead, it delivered a crash that destroyed a generation's dream. The house always wins. The math never lies. The plane always crashes. Your life is worth more than any multiplier. Your dreams deserve better than a cartoon airplane. Break free, stay free before the plane takes everything you have. If this video opened your eyes, smash the like button. Subscribe for more exposés that could literally save your life savings. And hey, share this with your friend who's got a system. Trust me, they need this more than they need their next bet. Finally, remember, the only winning move is not to play. As they say in Swahili, wachana na Aviator. Because by the end of the day, Aviator is not a game. It is a machine designed to turn hope into profit, dreams into dividends, and players into tragedies.